medyo delicate ang kanyang kaso at hindi mo. Pero kumusta po ang kanyang kalusugan at ano po ang kanyang kalagayan sa ngayon?
Actually, kaya nga nagmamadali ako, no? After this, I will really have to go kasi hearing po ng kanyang kaso ngayong 1:30, no? Sa Pasig. Si Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy po, kung naalala ninyo, is the first recipient of the brunt of political harassment, no? By this administration, no? Ito namang kaso niya ay halata naman na sa aming palagay ay sinadya talaga ito kasi isa siya sa mga poste ng Duterte leadership po at ng partido. Kaya nga po amin pong hinihiling na sana magiging patas lamang tayo. As to his condition, ilang beses na po siya nadala sa ospital kasi naaawa talaga ako doon sa kondisyon ng Pasig City Jail. No? Napakainit. Ang mga preso po doon, pag mga 10 o'clock na, bumibili sila ng yelo dahil sa kainit. Pag mga 12 o'clock, grabe kainit. Mas hanggang 3 o'clock, grabe kainit. Bumibili sila ng yelo para lang sila ma-freshen up. No? Ganyan po katindi. Kaya nga si Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy, balik sa ospital. Ngayon po, medyo nakaka-recover and I hope and pray that we will pray for his good health. Kasi may edad na po si Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy. Siya lang po ang may edad na inakusahan na ng rape. Imbis na rape, na-dismiss yung rape, ngayon qualified human trafficking. Imbis na isa, naging 4. Dalawang qualified human trafficking, may dalawa pang other sexual abuse and other forms of abuse. Yun pong nagiging kaso niya, no? The trial is continuing and we hope and pray that justice will prevail.
Ayan. Thank you very much, Attorney Torion. And we won't take much of your time dahil alam namin na meron ka pang importanteng pupuntahan kasi nga yung kaso, we please extend our well wishes to Pastor Kibuloy as well, and we know that God is not asleep, no? Ay, may isang question, Attorney Torion, bago ka umalis. Doc Mata, saglit lang ha, kasi sa susunod, ikaw na ang segment natin tungkol sa PhilHealth. Okay, question for Attorney Torion. Sali ako dyan sa picture.
Okay, go.
Opo, Attorney, good morning. Si NJ po.
NJ, magandang umaga po, Sir NJ.
Sir, pag hindi eleksyon ng Senate ang inyong pong hearing na investigasyon, will it affect the validity or sa upcoming 2028 elections, yung integrity po ba maka-question? Pag hindi election na itong mga tanong na ito, considering, sir, 2028 is a presidential polls.
Certainly, no, the credibility of the 2028 elections will be in question. In the light of the fact that the evidences that we have presented before the Senate are overwhelming, no? Overwhelming in the sense that it has to be given due consideration by the senators, and that the necessary investigation should be undertaken. We have listed therein, no, all the complaints, almost all of the complaints, and we have attached the necessary evidences by way of support to our petition. So kung hindi po ito aaksyonan, yung kredibilidad ng ating 2028 elections baka maapektuhan po. Sana naman we pray to our good senators, no? Hindi naman po nag-pray sila Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy, Attorney Jimmy Bundok, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, Attorney Raul Ambino, si Doc Mata, no? Si Attorney JB Hinlo na maupo sila, no? Kung makita na marami pala silang supposedly votes, no? Wala naman doon, hindi naman yung part ng prayer. Ang prayer namin ay imbestigahan ito in aid of legislation para magawaan po ng mga batas, magawaan po ng mga remedial measures para itong mga irregularidad ay hindi na po mauulit sa 2028 elections. Presidential elections yan. So, importante po.
Meron pong comment si Attorney Yvette to support the comment of Attorney Oliver.
Yes, Sir MJ, no? Yung concern ko nga dito, pagpili ng liderato, no? Especially in light of what's happening sa ating bansa ngayon. importante talaga na maihalal yung mga karapat-dapat na umupo, na sisiguraduhin na yung mga nangyayari ngayon hindi na mauulit. Ngayon lang po ako kasi sa 62 years of aking existence, no, isa ho sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas na tila nagsanib-puwersa talaga ang lehislatura at ehekutibo. At hindi mangyayari yan kung maayos sana yung nahalal sa pwesto. Kaya nga hindi ba importante na merong independence ang legislature kasi nga para ipaira yung checks and balances. Ano ba ang nangyayari ngayon? Kaya ngayon pa lang, hanggang maaga pa, maayos ang ating sistema ng paghahalal at mag-uumpisa yan sa isang credible na sistema na paiiralin sa 2028. Kaya hanggang maaga, kailangan ma-address po ito.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sige po.
Mayong buntag, attorney.
Uy, Bisaya, sige po, boss.
Ako si Ondo Iliedo, Mindanao correspondent, media correspondent. Regarding sa arrest warrant ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, dagan ng libo ba kung nakpuno na ba yun siya? Ano sa ang ginoon nga balitaan?
Gwapo na ang istorya, no? First, the existence of the arrest warrant. Walay confirmation yan na. Gani, questionably pa na because yung issue on jurisdiction is pending before the appeals chamber. So therefore, our ICC, again, jurisdiction is still under question. Why would the ICC issue warrants of arrest as to other personalities involved in the Philippine situation? Pero, granting for the sake of argument nga na anak, of course, bisan pag mo question ka, mo assume sila warrant nga, meron pa mang question on jurisdiction. Pero what if totoo? Yun nga ang, kasi ombudsman ang nagsasabi na may kopya na siya. And under Article 87, Paragraph 3 of the Rome Statute, supposedly, request for cooperation is confidential. But why does the ombudsman have a copy confirmed by the DILG secretary who happens to be his brother? They are high officials of the government and they are presumed to be truthful. And they are performing the duties as public officers. Kaya nga nagtataka din tayo, ombudsman naman siya, wala naman dun sa Article 11, Section 12, doon sa 1987 Constitution, at saka sa 13, yung enumerations of functions, hindi naman siya na-appoint as ICC spokesperson or accredited agent. Bakit may kopya siya? Pero ganito po yan. Tayo lang po ang bansa na miyembro ng ICC na walang legislation as to how to implement surrender. If you have studied Austria, Germany, Canada, no, and 50 other states such as Albania and others, no, they have converted. Hello po, boss. Magandang umaga. They have transformed the cooperation mechanisms into local legislations. Doon nga sa Austria, kung merong arrest warrant yung ICC, ipasa mo na nila sa court system nila at yung Ministry of Interior, after determination of probable cause, mag-issue ng arrest warrant. Doon naman sa Canada, mas detalyado. Dapat mag-apply ko muna sa local courts nila, i-determine muna yung mga requisites kung nandun ba, and bago mag-issue ng Canadian warrant of arrest. The same goes true in other states such as Germany. The same process, it has to pass through a transformation process such that a local warrant of arrest shall be issued before the surrender process can be taken effect. Tayo lang ang bansa na willing na maski wala tayong batas, wala tayong IRR man lang on surrender under Section 17. Wala pa natin in-amend yung ating constitution. Bakit kailangan ng constitutional amendment sa pagkakaalam ko? If you read Article 3, Paragraph 2 of the 1987 Constitution, warrants of arrest, the probable cause thereof, shall be determined personally by a Philippine judge. Oh. Kung i-allow mo yung ICC warrant dito, hindi yan Philippine judge. That contradicts our 1987 Constitution. So therefore, that even requires a constitutional amendment, right? Liberty on abode. The liberty of abode cannot be impaired with unless there is a court order to that effect. Now, kung ang court order na ginagamit po dito, yung national security, ay ang mag-determine po Philippine judge din. Kailangan din yan i-amend. Kasi ito, hindi naman Philippine judge ang nag-issue niyan. So, sa tingin ko po, ay dapat ito pag-aralan ng husto ng ating government. Kasi we are talking here of a Filipino citizen whose rights are enshrined under the 1987 Constitution. There is the principle of legality. What is the principle of legality? The principle of legality states that if you interfere with a person's rights, especially constitutional sacrosanct rights, the procedure as to how to protect his rights must be clearly determined, specified under the law. Dito, wala tayong proseso. Even Article 59, sabi ng isang matalino daw na abogado ng kabila, hindi na daw tayo pwede invoke daw ng provisions on the Rome Statute. With due respect to him, yung warrant of arrest na sinasabi niya was issued pursuant to the Rome Statute under Article 127 kasi ini-insist nila na meron pang jurisdiction. Kung in-issue yun pursuant to the Rome Statute, hindi kami invoke ng Rome Statute by way of defense. Ang defense nga namin mainly is wala na tayong jurisdiction kasi wala na tayo yung matter under consideration under Article 127 para ma-trigger yung residual jurisdiction is that yung investigation should have been acted by the pre-trial chamber within the 1-year period between 2018 to 2019. Hindi nila ginawa yun 2021 na nila ginawa yun. Nag-request sila ng authorization sa pre-trial chamber March 2021. It was acted upon, approved on September of 2021. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Delayed na sila. Hindi naman po pwede eternal yung jurisdiction ng ICC dito na kesyo November 2011 up to March 2019. Meron silang jurisdiction dito at ngayon ka lang magpa-file. Hindi po pwede yun. Dapat within the 1-year period, lahat ng mga issues doon, final nila kasi beyond that, local jurisdiction na. Why? Because our local courts are functioning, our prosecution offices are functioning. So, dapat dito yan sa Pilipinas. So, to answer your question as to how to effectuate the warrant of arrest, let us follow Judge Kimberly Prost. Judge Kimberly Prost of the ICC. He was the drafter of Part 9 of the Rome Statute. She declared that the relationship between the ICC and its member is characterized by vertical cooperation. Vertical cooperation which is only exemplified via consent, which is likewise evidenced via a treaty. If we are no longer a member or we are no longer part of the treaty, we could no longer invoke the vertical cooperation, which is opposed to a horizontal cooperation, extradition, state-to-state basis. So kumbaga, kung hindi na tayo miyembro, wala nang vertical cooperation. So therefore, yung arrest warrant na yan, via surrender, hindi na yan epektibo dito sa Pilipinas.
Ayan, so we are very hopeful for the following actions na tungkol kay Senator Bato, and we are very hopeful with the actions also of our Supreme Court and our government. Siguro ang mga kababayan natin, samahan natin ng dasal, no? Hindi lamang si Tatay Digong, si Senator Bato, kundi lahat ng Pilipino na maaaring maabuso ang kanilang mga karapatan under sa administrasyon na ito. Meron kang question? Later na? Magre-raise ka ng question.
Yun lang, dagdagan ko lang yung attorney, sino yun? Yun lang, Article 59. No? Kasi dapat daw hindi na kami maka-invoke. Pakibasa, sabihin mo sa kanya, basahin mo daw yung Article 59, yung competent judicial authority in the custodial state. Yung custodial state po, regardless as to whether or not you are still a state party or not a state party, pwede mo ma-invoke yung Article 59. Yung competent judicial authority, ang problema, hindi pa nga yan defined under the Philippine jurisdiction. RTC ba yan? MTC ba yan? Court of Appeals ba yan? Supreme Court ba yan? Kailangan yan ma-define via a law. Pwede ba tayo maka-bail? Pwede ba? May preliminary conference ba yan? May pre-trial ba yan? Wala yan naka-define sa atin. Kunyari, dakpin nila si Bato de la Rosa, si Senator Bato. Anong petisyon niya i-file? Anong nomenclature? Wala. Anong petition for surrender? Hindi po pwede. Magawa-gawa ako ng magawa-gawa sila. Petition for surrender to be filed before the Supreme Court. Anong rules? Wala nga. So kung wala, that violates the principle of legality. Bakit mo i-insist yan? Wala tayong batas para dyan. So kung wala tayong batas, wala tayong procedure, huwag mo i-implement. That violates the principle of legality and that violates our Constitution and the rules of criminal procedure. Thank you po. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank
Ay,
you po.
follow up ba?
Kumusta naman siya karoon ng attorney?
Ayan, I do not
Nagka-report
know.
ba siya sa Senate?
That I do not know. I would be incompetent to answer that. No? Sige po. Salamat ha.
Ayan, thank you very much, Attorney Torion, the brilliant Attorney Torion, and thank you for every, teka, sisingit mo na, JP, sisingit ng picture, favor